This is Romania, a country home to over 19 million people and boasting the 41st largest economy in the world. What makes all of this surprising is that Romania is one of the fastest growing economies among European Union countries, despite facing significant geopolitical and demographical challenges. However, not everything is going smoothly for the country, because behind the fast growing economies there are lots of internal issues that, if kept unaddressed, might pose a significant risk to the country's economical well-being. For example, Romania experienced the highest inflation rate in the European Union in July of this year. Moreover, Romania has a terrible reputation as Europe's powerhouse of rampant corruption, to the point where foreign investors are hesitant to invest in the country out of fear and uncertainty. Despite these challenges, many people remain optimistic that Romania will eventually resolve its internal issues and continue to be one of the fastest growing economies in Europe. But is that possible? Well, before answering this question, we should explore a few key points about it. How did Romania become one of the fastest growing economies in Europe? What internal and external challenges threaten Romania's long-term prospects? Can Romania overcome these challenges and catch up to the wealthier nations? Romania has a rich history that we could spend hours discussing, but it makes more sense to focus on the events of the 20th century that shaped the country. Unfortunately, Romania faced one of the most challenging beginnings in the 20th century. In his book, called The Political Economy of Romanian Socialism, Dr. William Krauser notes that despite Romania's abundance of natural resources, the country was not industrialized, and thus up to 80% of the population before 1945 was employed in labor-intensive agriculture. Agriculture constituted the majority of Romania's exports, while manufactured goods accounted for less than 2% of overall exports. In 1937, Romania's per capita national income was less than half that of Czechoslovakia. Romania was not only poor compared to Western nations, but it also lagged behind other socialist countries. At the time, Romania's economy was more comparable to that of third world nations. After World War II, Romania became a satellite state of the Soviet Union and was soon forced to adopt a communist economic model. In this model, the government controlled the production, distribution and pricing of goods and services. Unfortunately for Romania, the Soviet Union was not particularly kind in the beginning. Romania was compelled to pay reparations, and its scarce resources were largely drained by joint Soviet-Romanian companies known as SOROMs. Romania adopted the Stalinist economic model, which focused on rigid planning and prioritized heavy industries over consumer goods. Although heavy industrialization led to some improvements, Romania's economic performance wasn't as strong as some might have expected. The Romanian dictator sought to continue his Stalinist policies, while at the same time trying to establish good trade relations with Western nations. However, the Soviet Union wanted Romania to serve as a supplier of agricultural goods and to be more closely aligned with the Soviet policies, including the de-Stalinization of its economy, something that Nicolae Ceausescu resisted. Unfortunately, this strategy didn't work out in the long term. While heavy industries were important and first, communist Romania ended up poorer than most other Warsaw Pact countries. Disagreements with the Soviet Union combined with outdated economic policies led Romania towards a debt crisis. The country's efforts at industrialization ultimately proved to be a poor investment, leaving Romania burdened with substantial debt. The Soviet Union's economy began shrinking in the late 1970s, leading to a gradual loss of influence over the Eastern Bloc. At the same time, harsh methods were used in Romania to pay off its debts, leading to dropped productivity and lack of access to food. Then in 1989, massive protests erupted in Romania, and in December the people finally overthrew the government. Nicolae Ceausescu was sentenced to death. However, Romania struggled to gain momentum and transition quickly to a capitalist system. While the communist era had ended, the new government was largely composed of former communist officials, which slowed the process of privatization. This process was much less efficient compared to countries like Poland. Despite these challenges, Romania managed to achieve a strong growth rate from 2001 to 2008. During this period, Romania attracted significant foreign direct investment. It is also worth noting that Romania joined the European Union in 2008, which made it easier for the country to access debt. Although the 2008 Eurozone crisis negatively impacted Romania's economy for a few years, the country quickly recovered and continued its economic development. The real reason for Romania's rapid growth was its attractiveness to investors. Labor was relatively cheap, and European Union membership reduced trade barriers and provided greater access to foreign debt. As a result, Romania successfully developed several industries, including auto manufacturing, machinery, and metal production. However, this brings us to second chapter. Despite the impressive growth, Romania faces numerous challenges that, if left unaddressed, could slow down or even halt its economic progress.
The leader of the Junior Alliance of Democratic Liberals, which forms the current coalition government, also faces corruption charges.
So what problems does Romania face? To be frank, Romania faces numerous challenges, many of which are beyond its controls. For starters, the Russia-Ukraine conflict poses a significant threat to the economy. Not only is Romania geographically close to the conflict, but the sanctions imposed on Russia could act as a double-edged sword for Europe's economy, increasing uncertainty among investors. Romania, being one of the countries bordering the Black Sea, where the conflict is taking place, could face difficulties in fully utilizing the strategic waterway, especially with Russia seeking to maintain a strong naval grip on the region. Moreover, there are other external problems that could hinder Romania's economic growth. Romania primarily exports to other European countries, with Germany and Italy being the largest importers of Romanian products in 2022, accounting for nearly 30% of Romania's total export value. This dependence poses a significant risk to Romania's economy, as both Germany and Italy have been experiencing economic difficulties. Moreover, Romania has heavily relied on European Union funds to finance its infrastructure projects. However, the European Union has experienced slow economic growth in recent years. For example, between 2019 and 2023, the United States economy grew by 8.1% in constant 2015 US dollars, while the European Union's economy grew by only about 4%. This slower growth in the European Union could impact Romania's ability to secure the funds needed for further development. Beyond this external challenge, Romania faces significant internal problems that deserve some attention. One of the biggest issues is high immigration and substantial brain drain. As an European Union member, it is easier for young and educated Romanians to find better paying jobs in wealthier countries like Germany or France. This demographic problem is severe, with Romania reporting labor shortages in a staggering 154 occupations. And while foreign workers could help alleviate this issue, Romania's bureaucratic services are full of inefficiencies that complicate the matters.
With the residence permit, the TRC card.
2 months in the queuing, I never take my ID. What happened?
Lastly, Romania struggles with poor reputation, largely due to rampant corruption compared to its peers. Even the European Union has warned Romania about these issues, which could potentially scare away investors who might otherwise consider investing in the country's economy. So what lies ahead? Will Romania be able to address these issues, or will it face stagnation? Fortunately for Romania, there is still a lot of room for growth, and despite all those issues, most internal problems can be easily addressed. For example, Romania could revamp its public sector and make it much more efficient, while at the same time introducing more incentives for young Romanians to stay at home and contribute to their local economy. Moreover, Romania could finally try to shake off its image as one of the only remaining European Union countries with rampant corruption. It is entirely possible that Romania can undoubtedly grow even quicker once those problems are solved. Romania is sitting on a geographical goldmine because it has easier access to trading through the Black Sea, while at the same time having enough support from the Union to continue building important infrastructure projects. It is also worth mentioning that Romania has low debt to GDP ratio compared to other European Union nations, giving it more potential to borrow money and spend the money to fund important projects. Thank you for watching my videos. If you have liked the video, please subscribe to my channel so you will not miss out on our future uploads.